meets mind, we ponder, we dream.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name's Chris Calabucas, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking technology, philosophy, the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. Now, I don't know if you've experienced the latest ChatGPT 4.0 or the app on your phone, but I don't know if you saw that demo a while back where they showed it acting as a universal translator. So if you think about it, we've already gotten to the point. So in the year 2300 or whatever the year was, where in Star Trek they invented the universal translator, we have now invented the universal translator. And if you don't remember the demo, I'll explain it. Basically what they said is that when you hear Spanish, say it in English. When you hear English, say it in Spanish. So they placed this phone with ChatGPT 4.0 in the middle of the conversation. And when somebody said something in Spanish, it translated it to English and English to Spanish. So it acted as a universal translator. We now can use ChatGPT to translate and translate accurately. Many people have looked at this and said, this is the most accurate translation that I have seen. We're basically probably almost eliminated human translators in the translation. So AI can translate really, really well now. But did you know that there's research being done right now which can translate, because right now it's just interspecies, species to species. So I, as a human, am speaking to another human, and you as a human are speaking to me. You may be speaking a different language, but we can communicate with each other through ChatGPT 4.0 because it's able to translate from English to Spanish or English to Greek or English to whatever. But did you know that they're currently doing research to see if they can extend that capability to animals? That's right, folks. ChatGPT AI is being used to look at translations between species. So maybe the day when we're talking to our cat, or we're listening to our cat, we're talking to our dog, we're listening to our dog, we're talking to the dolphins, we're listening to the dolphins. And if Douglas Adams was right, maybe dolphins are intelligent life form and we should be speaking with them. We just aren't able to do it today because we have no way of understanding their levels of communication. But right now, there are researchers building interfaces between humans and animals. Believe it or not, at some point, maybe even soon, we'll be able to bridge the gap between human beings and other species on this planet. We may be able to talk to the animals, and the animals may be able to talk to us before you know it. Because why can't we just use this same translation mechanism? We just need to figure out how these concepts meet together. And if you watch Star Trek, I mean, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. There's been plenty of situations on Star Trek where they come across new species that contextually they're unable to communicate with humanity. They're unable to communicate with humanity. They're unable to communicate with the Federation because the context is just not there. They're not able to put together commonalities in such a way where I can say, this is a computer, this is a mug, this is coffee. They might not understand the concept of computer, mug, and coffee. For example, a dolphin. Would a dolphin understand the concept of a computer, a mug, or coffee? No, there's no possible way. But it has other things in its environment that it would be able to understand. I'm not saying it's not a difficult problem. It's a very difficult problem. In fact, translating between human languages is a very difficult problem with dialects and intonations and all sorts of things. But imagine it, folks. We're now making strides towards talking to other species. And I can only think that this is going to be a good thing. Can you imagine what your cat or your dog will have to say to you? I can just imagine what cats would have to say to their owners. Probably not much. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.
Pixels and philosophies merge and mold, a future untold, unseen.